Come on, I can do whatever I want.
This is very true. Also, be sure to go back into that menu.
Which one?
The military menu. Yeah. What is that button next to raised levies from vassals?
Oh, that one right there.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. That I'm not hovering over.
No, that one right there.
Can anyone tell what that is? It's a call to arms button. If you hold down Control, you can call all your allies. I don't have any allies because
you're terrible at this game.
No, because I'm the Byzantine Emperor. I don't need allies.
That's a good point.
You don't marry beneath your station.
Exactly.
There is no one on your level.
Exactly.
No, they just hate you.
Yeah, that too. Actually, they still pop up in the menu there, or in the tooltip there, if they hate you.
Did we mention that you
says,
can...
no, we won't join you.
Did we mention that you can appoint who you want to be your regent?
Yeah, no, I don't think we did mention that. And I was a bit too busy trying to declare war on the Bulgarians to actually even...
You also appear to be losing the war against the Bulgarians.
Well, they're beating some of my minor armies, but I've got a 10,000 man staff.
Well, you can appoint someone in your court to as appointed regent, which means if the need for a regent arises, then that person is the one who's going to be regent.
But
it's also kind of a position of honor, and it will improve their opinion with you slightly because everyone knows that you're the chosen one.
Does that also impact the people around you? Say, for instance, your mother is still alive. Does she not want to appoint a regent for you?
Well, she might want to be the regent.
Yeah, we have some events.
That's a separate thing.
Yeah, speaking of events, we have some new events with mothers.
Okay.
It's well, it started with Charlemagne. Really, we have some events where his mother might, but rather she was a very, active, involved person in politics, though she had no formal power herself. And we kind of wanted to strengthen that part of the story around Charlemagne, so she might have opinions on things, and you might get some interesting events there. But
and this also applies to mothers in general, doesn't it?
Well, not mothers in general, but you could get, you might find that you have if as a ruler your mother has certain traits, it might trigger a series of events as well that should be pretty interesting, where she thinks that she's not happy with the station of
mother wife, basically.
Yeah, exactly. The lot of the medieval woman, she thinks that that's not unfair, and she's too smart for that, and you're too stupid, and she wants to meddle in your affairs.
Okay.
So
that's one of the new things that is being added to the expansion.
Yeah.
Cool. I have a question for you, Johan, while we're here in the Byzantine Empire, because something here, the Byzantines were notorious for having a type of military, which is the retinues.
Yes.
What have you done with them?
I've been very, very not nice. Well, actually, it wasn't actually me. It was actually Gruger, I think, who finally got tired of all the whining on the forums.
I like how you're deflecting all of the blame towards Gruger. That's good
yes,
job there.
Exactly. This is why I'm the project lead and not him.
Gruger's not watching, is he?
No, he probably is.
He probably is, yeah.
But you don't care.
Is he in the chat?
He's not in the chat, but we'll see. Anyway, what have you done with them?
What I've done with them is I accidentally pressed the wrong button. So we've made them a lot smaller, right? As you can see, there's not as many troops, and they're more expensive to buy. But most importantly, if I buy a couple of them, and I check my expenses, I will find that they actually cost money all the time. There we go, retinue upkeep. So they actually cost money all the time, which means that they are a lot harder to maintain now than they were before.
And they now present an actual choice as well for the player.
Yes.
Do you want to spend money on retinues? Whereas before it was, just a no-brainer. You have your retinues and they're free.
Yeah, exactly. But now you have to make a choice whether or not you want to focus on your vassal levies or on your retinues, because they can get hilariously expensive, obviously.
Yes.
Okay.
They're not. I mean, they're not supposed to be game breaking. It's not supposed to be that you can't have retinues anymore.
Well, according to Warlord of Wolf, you have in fact broken his game now. So it's
every time we change anything, basically, there will be a bunch of people popping up saying that we have now ruined their lives and nothing will ever be the same again.
Well,
And then-
nothing will ever be the same again. I think we can all agree on this one.
I guess that is true.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not as big a change as what you will probably think initially that it is.
Mm.
And it is for the better. I remember we did some changes to the elective system
Mhm.
in CK
Mhm.
now as well, and there was a guy in the thread where I was explaining what the changes we had made who got really upset about it, and he was like, "This is terrible, and you've ruined the game," like so many other times.
Well, if only you were not the people
Yeah.
that actually are making the game.
Exactly, and then I just politely said that, you know, this was a bit OP. I mean, really, wasn't it? And he eventually just came around and said, yeah, it was.
Because right now elective has changed into a situation where people
Yeah, basically, they're less likely. Vassals that like you are less likely to vote for your pick, but they are still more likely to vote for someone of your dynasty, which means that as long as they like you, you won't lose the title, or rather, you won't lose the election, but you're less likely to have this sort of pick your own heir type succession that it really was before.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are actual succession types that are pick your heir, such as what the republics have, and the
Buddhists.
Jains, is it? Buddhists?
The Buddhists.
The Buddhists, yeah. And so we wanted to make sure that elective wasn't just the go-to succession line, basically every situation. I will find her someone nice and then completely ignore this.
Exactly. Well, you know what you do in that case? You just click on her portrait, marry her off, and then, click that button. That's
Well, I mean...
It's a workflow thing. Oh my god, are you about to become a monk?
Well, it's either that or I become stressed.
Or is that your
I mean,
son?
I guess-
Your son, apparently your son has been spending a lot of time in the local monastic order.
Oh, well, that's really nice.
Yeah, send him to Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
He's gonna be a monk.
Another child to
I mean,
get rid of.
I wouldn't call him a man yet. Maybe this man is living out his days in the monastery. But I mean,
How old is
well,
he?
He was 14.
Oh, that's in medieval.
guess, yeah.
He is a man. Let's be honest.
774. That's probably
Exactly.
a man. Yeah.
What is your representation of the Picts, and how does Ireland change now that it used to be pretty much considered to be the... In 1066, it is considered to be the tutorial island, so to speak. What has changed there between on this date? How more difficult is it going to be to play on Ireland as well as Pictland?
Well, the funny thing is that if you consider Tutorial Island, it does have new features now, so it could be tutorial. It could now be Tribal Tutorial Island.
Exactly. That actually works out really well.
Mm.
And as you can see on the map, it's quite fractured, and I think you'll have some interesting squabbles there over who's the biggest potato in the pot, or I don't know. Did I just make a potato joke? I'm very sorry.
You
that was
you did,
completely unintended.
Did you guys start off as two?
And
counties?
Pictland actually has a king in the start, so should be able to defend itself against the Anglo-Saxons, and I think you'd see it prospering, and we'll see. The Picts, they're Celts, and they can probably hold their own there for.
And what religion is it?
Christian.
It's Christian.
Yeah, Catholic.
So the Norse. The Norse have not actually gotten anywhere yet.
Nope.
That is
The Norse are not really sailing yet at all. It's this is not quite how we would have wanted this. It is Germanic and it's part of Norway.
It should be Catholic, damn it!
No, it shouldn't be
No, it
Catholic. It should be empty. It should be wasteland.
They should speak penguin there, basically.
Basically,
Yeah,
yes.
except that from the wrong side of the equator.
Yeah,
I'm
we
afraid,
should just have a big penguin somewhere.
But
Because but
well, it's probable that the first known settlers from Europe there were probably Catholic monks or something or yeah, probably Catholic, and probably like 5 people. But the first settlements were, larger settlements were definitely Norse, so that's
Yeah.
why we're given that as a start culture.
And let's not represent 5 people.
Yeah.
Let's not represent 5 people
And
as
also
a
culture.
holding.
Yeah,
and also we
It
did
would
not
not make any sense.
We did not make it EU4 with terra incognita and stuff like that.
No, I mean
Exploration.
we would have wanted to add the Victoria, colonization system and all this stuff, but
The scramble for Iceland,
exactly,
everybody.
the scramble for Iceland would have been so good, but well, I mean that would have added another couple months to the development time, so you probably
that could be a
don't
major
want us to do
DLC
that.
next year, though. what do you
Yeah, the
think?
scramble for Iceland.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
We'll-
it's a good expansion upon Sunset Invasion. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. That
absolutely.
sounds great. That sounds great. You have to compete with the Aztecs about over Iceland.
Could we have a vote in the chat on?
No, let's not do a vote. no. I'm drawing the line. Damn it, the line must be drawn here.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because they will want that. So
No.
let's not
Exactly. A lot of people are actually asking about the Vikings and whether or not the Viking age allows them to raid. But I believe they can already raid from the start. They just don't have access to ships. Correct?
Yes, it's like most of the pagans. Actually, all of the tribals, including the Christian tribals, can raid, but without ships, they're not going to raid for very far.
Exactly. And all the juicy territories are not nearby them at all at the start.
No, not
because
really.
everything is tribal. Thanks for mentioning the rush for Iceland now. People in the chat have already decided that it's going to be 46 counties. And
Yeah, sounds about right.
and it's
Yeah.
going to take up a separate map. I think that would be
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
That would be
Like-
the easiest.
like if you've ever played Total War, medieval. That's like a separate map for North
Yeah,
America.
you just put it.
Yeah.
out, you
Yeah,
just
I
put it
think
out
so.
here.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
could I
So
wait-
what you do is you'd have a little box here, right? And then that would be like a cutout to this
Yeah,
to
we'll
this
have
like
some
great map here that would just be all of Iceland and all of the important territories, like the
Yes.
the glaciers and
and the accompanying graphics packs. Yeah.
Iceland Driftwood
lots of-
DLC.
let's
Icelandic Driftwood DLC.
Atlantic
You
no,
heard it
let's,
first.
let's not do that.
Let's not go there,
No,
yeah.
basically, we would have loved to make Iceland wasteland and then have you colonize it. That would have been great, but it was just way too much work for very little.
On a
You would
com-
probably be more happy about like the Viceroy system or something like that, because he's sort of on par with how much work it would be.
So, in general, when it comes here, when we have the Byzantines, obviously, I completely forgot my train of thought. Thanks, you guys, with your damn Iceland.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned Iceland because. Never mind.
Okay. So, you've been ticking for a while now. It's 774. Can you go into the Chronicle and see what your king has been up to, or the Basilisk?
Let's see now. Open the Chronicle. So, let's see. I've created the title of Kingdom of Greece.
It was a great day.
Yeah, it was, and then I gave it to some guy who then started asking for my duchy. That was not the greatest thing I've ever done, but yeah. Become the Blessed.
And so basically, it goes through the stages of your life, and basically every single page is a page in the life of your Basilius in this particular case, and then you can just export the chronicle in text file, I believe.
Yes.
So you just export it as text file, and then you can pretty much write up your own AAR if you want to. So it's pretty much an AAR tool, for instance.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
Well, it's not really an AAR tool. It's
It is an
It's an AAR. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. That's really cool, right there. I'm quickly going through some of the stuff right here. Are there any Jewish conversion events for the Khazars?
Did we add that?
Are there what? Can you repeat?
Jewish conversion, so the Khazars become Jews.
No, not any new specific events for the Khazars, but I mean there are already events where pagans can convert to.
Yeah, but wouldn't they
Monotheistic
need
religions.
to like get in contact with
Oh,
with like this one province down here for that to happen?
yeah, it's gonna be
Very unlikely, somewhat unlikely that the Khazars would turn Jewish.